Well, and in fact, you mentioned Le Mans, the 100th running this year of Le Mans. I would guess you are a regular attendee.
I am. I was able to go and compete there for a couple years, and
Hmm.
in my previous life, we're fortunate enough to be on the podium. But been going since 2008, so this will be my 15th time, and now to go in my role on the IMSA side and work with Pierre Fillon and Frederic Lequin from the World Endurance Championship, and with Mr. France and Ed Bennett, we go there to celebrate that event every year. Now I'm back in the race team business with Garage 56, so that's been fun. I'm going to go there and change in from my suit and tie into a race team shirt at some point during the weekend. But I will be there, and what a milestone for everyone at the ACO, for sports car fans around the world. We're running the 61st Rolex 24 next weekend after we get the Roar done this weekend coming up, and for them to be doing 100 years of that great race,
That's amazing.
unreal. And you think about the fact that it's public roads and how special that is, and to this day, I think it's either the day before the race or even race day morning, you can drive down the Mulsanne in your own family car. So
And talk a little bit about, John, what you had to do to work with those folks who do run Le Mans to make sure your cars and their cars could play nicely together.
So again, I happen to be the lucky guy that arrived here at IMSA at a time where the manufacturers were at the peak of asking for that opportunity. The fans were begging for that opportunity of seeing the best of the best cars, drivers, teams, manufacturers, both here in North America as well as around the world and Europe. So, fortunately, I wanted to bring some OEM experience to my new role. And a lot of folks put a lot of time into this beforehand. Jim France, his dad, they had this vision for a long time. So Jim's vision, I would suggest certainly Don Panos's vision. When it was the American Le Mans Series, Don wanted that. Certainly my predecessor, Scott Atherton, of course, Ed Bennett and Jim to this day. And then you add in now Pierre Fillon and his group. When you got that much momentum, I sat with Pierre Fillon and Richard Mille from the FIA, just the three of us, and I said, if we don't figure this out together for once and for all, we should have some other people sitting here, because we have this moment, we have this opportunity, and we've got to do it. And everyone agreed. They had made a commitment, of course, to LMH, which is called Hypercar. We were pushing down the path of what the next version of our DPIs was. And we set up a set of rules that we think would work. And of course, we have a common hybrid system in our car. We've got an open opportunity for the manufacturers within an aerodynamic set of restrictions to design beautiful prototype race cars, and they are beautiful. And then working with Pierre and Richard on a convergence when it comes to tires. We're going to have similar tires. Certainly the Michelin brand supports that. We're going to have a way to maintain activation of a four-wheel drive and a two-wheel drive, because their rules allowed four-wheel drive, and a variety of other elements that led us to convergence, like going to a specific wind tunnel, so you have a controlled environment to determine the aero performance of these cars. And so a lot of work, technical team on our side, Simon Hodgson, Matt Kurdock, Terry Bouvet on their side. These guys have put in so much time to, because they're complicated race cars. I said to Jim, Mr. France, I said, Jim, we've been racing 747s. Now we're racing space shuttles.
That's right.
It's pretty complicated, but we're really excited, to be able to do that. And there's a lot of our teams that are planning to go to compete at Le Mans. Chip Ganassi is going to be taking a Cadillac to the World Endurance Championship. Action Express has announced that they intend to go to Le Mans with their Cadillac. The Penske Porsches, the 963s will be racing in IMSA and in WEC. And so now you're starting to see this uptake and giving the fans, in the end, they're the fans are the ultimate beneficiaries.
Yeah,
They're
no
going to
kidding.
get some incredible racing.